Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is R.S. Raghu with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Utkarsh Samaroh at Bharuch in Gujarat tomorrow via video conferencing to mark celebration of 100% saturation of schemes for providing timely financial assistance to needy persons. Prime Minister to participate in second Global COVID Virtual Summit tomorrow evening. Supreme Court stays 152-year-old sedition law till review by the government. Nation pays tribute to visionary and brilliant scientists on National Technology Day today. 40 digital health service applications successfully integrated with Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission since its national launch in September last year. Oil marketing companies enter into long-term purchase agreement for upcoming dedicated ethanol plants across the country. Directorate of Revenue Intelligence seizes 62 kilograms of heroin worth 434 crore rupees at Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi. Under Cyclone Asani impact, light and moderate rainfall likely at many places over coastal Andhra Pradesh, coastal areas of Odisha and West Bengal, while heavy rainfall predicted at isolated places over coastal Andhra Pradesh. Santur Maestro Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma cremated with full state honours in Mumbai, and an IPL cricket match between Rajasthan Royals and Delhi Capitals underway in Navi Mumbai. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address Utkarsh Samaroh in Bharuch, Gujarat tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. through video conferencing. The program will mark the celebration of 100% saturation of 4 key schemes of the state government in the district, which would help provide timely financial assistance to those in need. The district administration of Bharuch carried out Utkarsh Initiative Drive from 1st of January to 31st of March this year with an aim to ensure complete coverage of schemes providing assistance to widows, elderly and destitute citizens. A total of 12,854 beneficiaries were identified across the 4 schemes. These are Ganga Swaroop Arthik Sahay Yojana, Indira Gandhi Vrud Sahay Yojana, Niradhar Vrud Arthik Sahay Yojana and Rashtra Kutum Sahay Yojana. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the second Global COVID Virtual Summit tomorrow evening at the invitation of the US President Joseph Biden. The summit intends to galvanize new actions to address the continued challenges of the COVID pandemic and build a stronger global health security architecture. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver his remarks in the opening session of the summit on the theme Preventing Pandemic Fatigue and Prioritizing Preparedness. Secretary General of the United Nations, Director General of World Health Organization and other dignitaries will also participate in the summit. The External Affairs Ministry said India is playing a key role in ongoing global efforts to combat the pandemic by supplying safe and affordable vaccines, medicines, development of low-cost indigenous technologies and capacity building for healthcare workers.
The Supreme Court today ordered that the 152-year-old sedition law under Section 124A of the Indian Penal Code should be effectively kept in abeyance till the Union government reconsiders the provision. In an interim order, the court urged the centre and the state governments to refrain from registering any FIRs under the said provision while it was under reconsideration. A bench comprising the Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana, Justice Suryakant and Justice Hema Kohli held that all pending cases, appeals and proceedings with respect to charges framed under Section 124A be kept in abeyance. Adjudication with respect to other sections may proceed with no prejudice caused to the accused, it held. The court also held that those already booked under Section 124A IPC are in jail can approach the concerned courts for bail. It has also been ruled that if any fresh case is registered, appropriate parties are at liberty to approach courts for appropriate relief, and courts are requested to examine the relief sought taking into account the order passed by the court. These directions will be in force until further orders. Law Minister Kiran Rijiju said the government respects the court and its independence. Replying to a media query in New Delhi over the Supreme Court's stay on the sedition law, Mr. Rijiju said the centre has made its position very clear on it and also informed the court. He added that there is a Lakshman Rekha that must be respected by all organs of the state in letter and in spirit. The minister also said we have to ensure that we respect the provisions of the Indian Constitution as well as existing laws.
We have made our position very clear, and we also informed the Honorable Court about the intention of the Honorable Prime Minister. Beyond that, if anything else has happened, I don't know. But one thing I must say is that we respect the independence of the court, but there are things which is called Lakshman Rekha. All the organs of the state must respect each other and also to practice our respect in letter and spirit. Whatever we say, whatever we do, we have to ensure that we respect the provisions of the Constitution of India as well as all the existing laws.
The National Technology Day has been observed today. The day marks the anniversary of the Pokhran nuclear tests in 1998. It is celebrated every year to commemorate the achievements of innovations and technological excellence in the country. The celebration of National Technology Day symbolizes India's quest for scientific inquiry, technological creativity and innovations, and the integration of these developments into national, socio-economic benefits and global presence. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has greeted scientists on National Technology Day. In a tweet, Mr. Naidu conveyed his appreciation of the efforts of the accomplished scientific community and the outstanding contribution to nation building. On the occasion, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed gratitude to the nation's scientists and the efforts that led to the successful Pokhran tests. In a tweet, he remembered the leadership of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who showed outstanding political courage and statesmanship. Union Home Minister Amit Shah said that the Pokhran test serves as a shining example of country's scientific ability. Paying tribute to the visionary and brilliant scientists on National Technology Day today, Mr. Shah said, country's progress in the field of science and technology under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been rapid. He said Prime Minister's policies have laid the ground through policies such as Digital India and the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign. Minister of State for Defence Ajay Bhatt has said that the government is making all efforts to meet defence requirements through domestic procurement. He was addressing the National Technology Day function organized by Defence Research and Development Organization in New Delhi today. The minister lauded the efforts of DRDO in establishing a self-reliant research and development ecosystem. Mr. Bhatt said India is now among the top 25 nations exporting defence equipment.
The National Health Authority, under its flagship scheme Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, has announced successful integration of additional 13 digital health solutions in the mission in the last 3 months. With this, so far 40 digital health service applications have been successfully integrated with Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission since the national launch was announced in September last year. Union Health Ministry in a statement said that the ABDM partners ecosystem now consists of 16 government applications and 24 private sector applications. The NHA is also organizing an Integrators Convention in New Delhi on Friday to have a direct interaction session with these 40 integrators to seek suggestions for improvement and simplification of the ABDM integration process. Over 190 crore 67 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. India's active COVID caseload currently stands at 19,494. The recovery rate is currently at 98.74%. A total of 2,897 new cases were recorded in the last 24 hours.
The oil marketing companies Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, Indian Oil Corporation Limited and Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited have entered into a long-term purchase agreement for upcoming dedicated ethanol plants across the country. The first set of tripartite agreement was signed among oil marketing companies and banks of the respective ethanol plant projects in presence of Sandeep Pondrik, Principal Secretary of Department of Industries, Government of Bihar, Ashwani Bhatia, Managing Director of the State Bank of India, and Sukmal Jain, Executive Director of Marketing Corporate Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. State Bank of India, Indian Overseas Bank and Indian Bank are 3 banks involved in this agreement with oil marketing companies. Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Bhupender Yadav, has emphasized that land plays a fundamental and cross-cutting role in achieving several of the Sustainable Development Goals. Mr. Yadav delivered national statement at the 15th session of the Conference of Parties of United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, UNCCD, today. He said meeting the target set under SDG's goal can help accelerate tree cover, soil conservation and transition towards sustainable agriculture production. The minister added it can create jobs, uplift rural communities, and deliver significant co-benefits for human health.
The 15th round of India-Uzbekistan Foreign Office consultations were held today in New Delhi. The consultations were co-chaired by Secretary West in the Ministry of External Affairs Sanjay Verma and Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Uzbekistan Furkat Sidiko. The last round of FOC was held in virtual format in November 2020. During the consultations, both sides undertook a comprehensive review of the state and prospects of bilateral cooperation, including political, security, trade, economic connectivity, development partnership, humanitarian and cultural spheres. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal today held a bilateral meeting and co-chaired the 10th India-Oman Joint Commission meeting with his counterpart Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf. In a tweet, Mr. Goyal said he discussed on strengthening economic ties in multiple sectors as India seeks greater trade cooperation with the Gulf Cooperation Council following India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement.
Indian Railways has introduced separate seats for newly born children in trains. The facility has been started by Northern Railways on a trial basis in Lucknow, New Delhi Mail. The lower berths already reserved for women have been placed next to baby berths so that young children can travel with the mother without any inconvenience. A baby berth has been introduced along with 2 berths in the AC coach of the train. No extra charge will be levied for baby berth. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai held a curtain raiser event of the Global Investors Meet in New Delhi today. He invited the global business leaders and envoys of several countries to participate in the Global Investors Meet to be held in Bangalore from the 2nd to the 4th of November this year. Union Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Coal and Mines, Prahlad Joshi, Karnataka Minister for Large and Medium Industries, Murugesh Nirani, along with ambassadors and trade commissioners of several countries including Australia, Canada, Germany, Italy, Romania, South Korea, Sweden, and the United Kingdom were present during the curtain raiser event.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Utkarsh Samaroh at Bharuch in Gujarat tomorrow via video conferencing to mark celebration of 100% saturation of schemes for providing timely financial assistance to needy persons. Prime Minister to participate in second Global COVID Virtual Summit tomorrow evening. Supreme Court stays 152nd-year-old sedition law till review by the government. Nation pays tribute to visionary and brilliant scientists on National Technology Day today. 40 digital health service applications successfully integrated with Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission since its national launch in September last year. Oil marketing companies enter into a long-term purchase agreement for upcoming dedicated ethanol plants across the country. Directorate of Revenue Intelligence seizes 62 kilograms of heroin worth 434 crore rupees at Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi. Under Cyclone Afani impact, light and moderate rainfall likely at many places over coastal Andhra Pradesh, coastal areas of Odisha and West Bengal, while heavy rainfall predicted at isolated places over coastal Andhra Pradesh. Santoor Maestro Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma cremated with full state honours in Mumbai, and in IPL cricket, match between Rajasthan Royals and Delhi Capitals underway in Navi Mumbai. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
क्या आप कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम की तैयारी कर रहे हैं? ऑल इंडिया रेडियो के प्रोग्राम अभ्यास में हमारे विशेषज्ञ आपके सवालों का देंगे जवाब। शनिवार रात 9:30 बजे FM गोल्ड पर। इस बार का विषय है इंडियन हिस्ट्री। प्रश्न भेजने की अंतिम तारीख है 11 मई। आप इससे जुड़े सवाल व्हाट्सएप करें 9289094044 पर या सवाल ईमेल भी कर सकते हैं abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 870001 4242 पर
8700014242।
Welcome back. You're listening to the evening news. President Ramnath Kovind today accepted credentials from Ambassador of Slovak Republic Robert Maxian, Ambassador of the Republic of Sudan Abdullah Omar Bashir El Hussein, and Ambassador of Nepal Dr. Shankar Prasad Sharma at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Through the ambassadors, the President also conveyed his personal regards to the leaderships. The envoys present at the event reiterated the commitment to work closely to strengthen their ties with India. And now, let's listen to a special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News, Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember freedom fighter Asif Ali, who was born on the 11th of May 1888 at Bijnor, Uttar Pradesh. Husband of famous freedom fighter Aruna Asif Ali, he was the first Indian ambassador to the United States and also served as the governor of Odisha.
Asif Ali gave up his practice of law during the non-cooperation movement in the early 1920s and returned to India from England. He took part in the nationalist movement and used his legal acumen to help nationalist leaders in courtrooms. Revolutionaries Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru were defended by Asif Ali.
Asif Ali was imprisoned during the Quit India movement in 1942 and was detained in Ahmednagar Fort Jail. After his release, he served as the Minister for Railways in the interim government formed in August 1946. In that capacity, one of his first actions was the elimination supply of potable water on railway platforms like Hindu Pani and Muslim Pani. Both in his personal and political life, Ali sought to discard religious differences and promote harmony.
Ali was regarded as an important statesman. He was appointed as the governor of Odisha twice, in 1948 and 1951. He played an important diplomatic role post-independence and served as the first Indian ambassador to the United States of America. Subsequently, he was appointed as the ambassador to Switzerland. Asif Ali passed away during his tenure as the ambassador to Switzerland in Bern on the 2nd of April 1953. We salute the great Indian.
We also remember revolutionary freedom fighter Basant Kumar Biswas, who was martyred on the 11th of May 1915. He was inspired by the great transnational patriot Rash Bihari Bose.
Biswas was born in 1892 in Nadia district of West Bengal. As a student, he took active part in the Swadeshi agitation. In 1907, he left his studies and took up a job in 1910 at a Swadeshi cloth store in Uttarpara, but left it also only to join the national movement. Biswas joined the revolutionary group and used to provide bombs in northern India. Biswas accompanied Rash Bihari Bose to Dehradun in the disguise of his servant Haridas. He reached Lahore along with Rash Bihari in October 1912.
Biswas took part in a plot to throw a bomb on Lord Hardinge on the 23rd of December 1912 when he was passing through Chandni Chowk, Delhi, in a state procession marking the inauguration of Delhi as the capital of India. After the failed attempt at killing the Viceroy, Biswas left Delhi and went to Bengal, from where he was arrested on the 26th of February 1914. He was charged with conspiracy to kill Viceroy Hardinge. He was executed on the 11th of May 1915. We salute the great martyr.
We also remember revolutionary freedom fighter Maninder Nath Ukil, who died on the 11th of May 1936. Born in 1911 in Dhaka, now in Bangladesh, Maninder Nath was a member of the Jugantar Party and took active part in nationalist movements against British rule. He was arrested for his revolutionary activities on the 26th of September 1930 and died in internment on the 11th of May 1936. We salute this great son of the soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
FSSAI has launched Food Safety Connect app for food business operators and consumers. Download this app from Google Play Store and easily apply for FSSAI registration. Consumers can use this app to register food-related complaints.
Santoor maestro Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma was cremated with full state honours in Mumbai this afternoon. His wife Manorama, sons Rahul and Rohit, friends from the fraternity including long-time collaborator Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia and tabla maestro Zakir Hussain were present for the last rites. The 84-year-old musician passed away at his Pali Hill residence yesterday morning following a heart attack. Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev today accused the United States of waging a proxy war against Russia after the House of Representatives approved a $40 billion aid package for Ukraine. Writing on the messenger app Telegram, Mr. Medvedev said that the bill approved by the House of Representatives yesterday was a bid to deal a serious defeat to Russia and limit its economic development and political influence in the world. He said it will not work and the US economy would suffer.
The News Services Division of All India Radio will bring a special discussion on developments in Sri Lanka in Spotlight tonight. The participants are former Foreign Secretary Nirupama Rao and senior journalist Nilova Roy Chaudhary. To listen to the discussion, stay tuned to FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:15 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official, and our website, newsonair.nic.in. The Enforcement Directorate today arrested Jharkhand Mines and Industries Secretary and Senior IS Officer Pooja Singhal after 2-day-long interrogation. Abhishek Jha, Singhal's second husband, has also been arrested by ED in a money laundering case. Senior IS Officer Pooja Singhal, along with the husband, was being interrogated continuously for the past 2 days. The Directorate had already arrested Chartered Accountant Suman Singh in this case a day ago. During the raids conducted 5 days ago in Ranchi, the ED had recovered over 19 crore rupees in cash from the residence of the CA.
Directorate of Revenue Intelligence DRI has seized 62 kilograms of heroin with estimated worth of 434 crore rupees at Air Cargo Complex of Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi. This is one of the biggest seizures of heroin till date through courier and cargo air passenger modes in India. The DRI officers have apprehended the importer of the offending consignment and other suspects are also being interrogated. Talking to All India Radio, DG DRI Alok Tiwari said the heroin was seized from an imported cargo consignment which was declared to contain trolley bags.
The drugs had been ingeniously concealed inside the hollow metal tubes of the suitcases which had been imported from Uganda. In an immediate follow-up action, around 7 kgs of heroin was additionally recovered by our officers 2 places in Punjab and Haryana, along with 50 lakh cash. So the total value of this 62 kgs of heroin which has been seized is estimated to be around 434 crores in the illicit market. In addition, last month the DRI officers seized 201 kilograms of heroin at Kandla port and another 395 kgs of heroin mixed with thread or sutli at Pipavav port.
The offending cargo, originating from Entebbe in Uganda, had arrived at the Air Cargo Complex in New Delhi via Dubai. In Haryana, a joint team of Directorate of Revenue Intelligence DRI and Kaithal police raided the house of Baljinder Singh at village Kharkha in Kaithal district late last night and recovered 6 kilograms of heroin valued at 42 crore rupees.
The Central Bureau of Investigation has arrested 14 accused, including 6 public servants, for indulging in corrupt activities for getting backdoor Foreign Contribution Regulation Act (FCRA) registration to NGOs illegally. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, one terrorist was killed in an encounter which erupted this afternoon between security forces and terrorists in Satinder forest area of North Kashmir's Bandipora district. Meanwhile, an encounter at Marhama in Bijbihara area of South Kashmir's Anantnag district was underway till the reports last came in.
Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh today kicked off the 12th Hockey India Sub-Junior Women National Championship 2022 at Human Lampak Sports Complex in Imphal. In badminton, Indian men and women's teams lost their matches on the final day of their group stage encounters of Thomas and Uber Cup at the Impact Arena in Bangkok, Thailand today. The cyclonic storm Asani lay centered over West Central Bay of Bengal near about 30 kilometers east-southeast of Machilipatnam, 50 kilometers southwest of Narsapur. Under its impact, light and moderate rainfall is likely at many places over coastal Andhra Pradesh, coastal areas of Odisha and West Bengal, and heavy rainfall at isolated places over coastal Andhra Pradesh. More from our correspondent.
The India Meteorological Department IMD today says that the severe cyclonic storm Asani weakened into a cyclonic storm and is likely to become a depression by Thursday morning. IMD also predicted light to moderate rainfall at most places with heavy to very heavy rainfall at a few places with isolated extremely heavy falls is likely over coastal Andhra Pradesh and to heavy rainfall at isolated places is likely over coastal Odisha and adjoining coastal West Bengal today.
In IPL cricket, Rajasthan Royals 125 for 3 in 16 overs against Delhi Capitals at the Dr. D.Y. Patil Stadium, Navi Mumbai, when reports last came in. Earlier, Delhi Capitals won the toss and opted to field first. Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi will have mainly clear sky. Temperature will hover between 29 and 42 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will experience mainly clear sky becoming cloudy in the afternoon. Chennai to have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Kolkata will experience generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. In Jammu and Gilgit, sky will be mainly clear. Muzaffarabad will have partly cloudy sky. Hyderabad will experience generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle in the evening. Bangalore and Thiruvananthapuram will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In the northeast, Guwahati, Imphal, Shillong, Aizawl, Kohima and Itanagar will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Gangtok will have thunderstorm with rain, and Agartala will have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Utkarsh Samaroh at Bharuch in Gujarat tomorrow via video conferencing to mark celebration of 100% saturation of schemes for providing timely financial assistance to needy persons. Prime Minister to participate in the second Global COVID Virtual Summit tomorrow evening. Supreme Court stays 152-year-old sedition law till review by the government. Nation pays tribute to visionary and brilliant scientists on National Technology Day today. 40 digital health service applications successfully integrated with Ayushman Bharat digital mission since its national launch in September last year. Oil marketing companies enter into a long-term purchase agreement for upcoming dedicated ethanol plants across the country. Directorate of Revenue Intelligence seizes 62 kilograms of heroin worth 434 crore rupees at Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi. Under cyclone Asani impact, light and moderate rainfall likely at many places over coastal Andhra Pradesh, coastal areas of Odisha and West Bengal, while heavy rainfall predicted at isolated places over coastal Andhra Pradesh. Santur Maestro Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma cremated with full state honours in Mumbai. And in IPL cricket match between Rajasthan Royals and Delhi Capitals underway in Navi Mumbai. And with that we end the evening news. Good night.